What is up, everybody? Welcome back to football right here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus My name is Sean. Today, we're jumping into Madden 2003, so we're going to cover the 2002 to 2003 NFL season. I hope you're excited to join me today. Last week, I was talking about maybe using Madden NFL 2002 and doing that season a second time and just kind of seeing what the difference was. And I did get my answer. The internet gave me the answer, and it wasn't the way I thought that I would get the answer. The internet is just out today, so I need to play something that I have offline, and this was the next video in the recording schedule, so I just bumped it up, and we're just going to roll into Madden 2003. No problems. This is a series, by the way, that posts every single Tuesday right here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus. So please, if you're interested in it, scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. Thank you so much for helping me hit 900 subscribers. I believe that tipped over in the last video-ish, maybe a video before, the last one of these. This series is a little wacky, a little wonky sometimes. We watch a lot of football. We have some chats, have some fun, and just kind of hang out. Just have a good time. Concept of the show, very simple. Madden and some of the other games allow you to run a fantasy draft before you start a season. That just reshuffles the entire league, and we'll just kind of see what happens. If it was just a random rostering, the computer does it. It's already been done. I have not looked at any of the rosters. I did one test game in a play now, so it had the regular rosters of Brett Favre on the Packers and stuff like that. It looks like games are going to take about the same amount of time. I think it was about 35 minutes. I actually got a pretty bad test run because it went to almost a full overtime, which was about 45 minutes. Hopefully that is the consistent number is 35 to 45 minutes with overtime. That way it keeps it in that nice 3-hour window. And we'll go ahead and we'll just do we'll continue doing the 4 games. I thought these games actually would take longer, but we'll see. Maybe we'll make some adjustments on the fly. I was thinking about cutting it down to 3 games, and then if there were 4 games worth watching, doing it that way. But, early in the season, let's get familiar with the teams, see what's going on. We can always adjust as needed later on in the season. Like I was saying, rosters, they've already been taken care of. We are going to load it up here. I do have autosave on, so when it is done, it'll autosave. The PS2 will autosave, so we'll get a little bit of a... if the power goes out or anything bad happens, we won't have to worry about losing a bunch of progress. Now, the Houston Texans are a brand new team in the game. This is their first year. This is also the year that we get the even 8 divisions with 4 teams in each division, and the Seattle Seahawks switch from the AFC West to the NFC West. I think that's probably all we really need to know here. We're going to check out Play Week. I don't have any idea about what games to watch here. I didn't really look at it. I think we'll just jump on in here. Check out the weekly schedule. I am technically in control of the Packers, so that will always be the check mark. So we'll see kind of what we're looking at. Now, usually, let me point out here, Marshall Falk, he is on the cover, so we will be watching the Rams game in the first game of the day. And I was thinking about it, and you know what? Or maybe we'll do it this way. We'll do kind of what the NFL does. Maybe we'll give the Raiders the first game of the season, being that they are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Let's see who they are playing. Ooh, the Seahawks are playing the Raiders. Seahawks and Raiders, so we'll get the new Seahawks uniforms taking on the Raiders in Oakland. Okay, so that's a good one. Saints at Bucks is kind of a good matchup as well. We have the Cowboys at the Texans. We should give the Texans the first game of the week, as well. Okay, so that makes it nice and easy. Rams, Raiders, Texans. Where are the Raiders? Oh, no, they're the Rams. Where are the Rams? Rams? Hello? Rams? Oh, they're playing the Broncos. Okay. Okay. Rams, Raiders, Texans, and then a fourth team. Who were the Packers playing? They're playing the Falcons. Obviously we don't know the rosters. We can start with that, though. Are there any other intriguing matchups here? Just from a team perspective. Vikings, Bears. The game of the week is the Jets and the Bills. We could look at that. I think the Jets had the first game last season. Yeah, let's do that. What's the game of the week there? We're looking at week number 2. There apparently isn't a game of the week. Okay, all right. Okay, that'll work. Okay, let's give the Rams the first game of the season. So we'll do Rams at Broncos, Seahawks at Raiders. We'll do Bills at Jets because that's the game of the week, and then we will do the Texans game as well. And then I will uncheck this Falcons and Packers game. As always, oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on 1 second. I need to put this on and make sure it's on. Gameplay. Game. We'll put it on all Madden. That should hopefully save gameplay. Okay, perfect. On Madden. Or on Madden. All Madden. Okay. Here we go. We have our schedule here. We have our games that are checked that we want to take a look at. And we will give the Raiders the first crack at getting a win on the board at home, reigning Super Bowl champions. We're going to actually get all the scores, it looks like, before these games are played. So I got to... Hopefully that worked okay. Hang on. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, hold on. As long as we've selected them, we're all right. Ignore these scores. Ignore the scores. Just ignore them. The camera isn't great because it's the demo mode camera. We can flip it. I might flip it to kind of what we had last season. I was hoping that the cinematic sideline cam would look a little bit different, but it zooms in very weirdly in a way that makes it really hard to tell what is going on. So if it does prove to give us too much trouble or give me too much trouble, we can fix it there. I do have the volume kind of bumped up.
Sports welcomes you to another great
but it's not quite as loud. Oh, you got the baseball diamond there.
Thanks for being here to enjoy.
I don't think that was in.
Opening game as the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't think that was in NFL Fever.
The Oakland Raiders.
Huh. It's an interesting touch. This game isn't quite as loud as NFL Fever 2002, but that's okay. Oh, Edner and James on the Raiders. Oh, that's a good start for them.
And anytime you have a threat on the ground, it makes the whole offense that much better.
Robert Porsche? Don't recognize that name at all. That's feels like that doesn't bode well for the Seahawks. If they're star defender is a guy that I've never heard of.
Those guys got to be careful not to get all tired out doing that. You got to save some of that intensity and energy for the game.
And the captains are out there ready for the coin toss. Well, the teams are out on the field, the crowd in full throat as we get this new season started with the kickoff.
All right, here we go. Random Rosters, episode number 21. Getting ready to kick off here. Raiders win the toss. They do get the kickoff. Hopefully this isn't a thing where it's just the home team always gets the ball first. But we'll see. Not a great run back. So we'll see what the Raiders have to offer. 1st and 10 from the 18. It's about 5 seconds here. We just don't get to see the play selection. So that's the only difference. I don't think there's necessarily a time difference between Madden 03. Oh my God. First play is an interception, return for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Seahawks starting their season off correctly in the NFC West. with a pick six immediately. Wow. Oh my goodness.
The kick is up. The extra point attempt is good. And with that score, they're up.
So McLaren with a 24-yard interception return.
I caught up with the head coach as his team was coming out of the tunnel. He stressed the fact that they spent extra time with tackling drills and that we should see a lot of gang tackles out there. We could be seeing some big hits in this one, Al.
That was Melissa Stark with her sideline report.
Hey, thanks, Melissa. As always, rip in peace, John Madden. Thanks for single-handedly making all of these Madden games. Doesn't get much further than he did last time, but...
After collecting themselves on the sidelines, let's see what happens here.
So I don't know if we get any sort of starting lineup.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Of course, it's only been one play, so maybe that's the issue.
Nickelback in this time. Looking downfield. Gets the pass off.
Throws it to the left again. That was exactly where he threw it last time, and that was an interception. He threw it right at the same defender. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to pay down. Hopefully that doesn't cause a copyright issue. It did cause a copyright problem in MLB The Show 21. I don't know that there's a setting for me to turn that down, so...
Records the tackle at the 45-yard line.
I mean, I looked at it, but I don't remember seeing, like, a stadium music. I turned the music down in the menus. So I don't know. Huh. We might have to take a quick look at the depth chart if this game doesn't give us any sort of starting lineup or anything. That way we kind of know who we're working with.
4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Passes it. He hits his receiver. Taylor.
Raiders getting into a little bit of a groove here. Missed his first 2 passes. The last few have been last 3 in a row with some nice catches.
It's 1st and 10.
Quieting the crowd. Ender and James in the backfield. They have not handed it off to him yet. Throws it across his body over the middle of the field. A very bad thing to do.
That one was thrown so hard, I think it took the air right out of the receiver.
Inside enemy territory.
Quieting the crowd yet again. They have one of the best backs in the league, and they just don't want to hand it off to him. Rofe on the offensive side of the ball.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. 4-man front this time. The Raiders use motion. Looking to pass. Surveying the field. Throws it.
Oh, deep left.
Garcia.
Wow. So Jeff Garcia is the quarterback of the Oakland Raiders here.
It's 3rd down, and they have a long way to go. Looking to pass. Stepping up.
Oh, gets sacked. It's a fumble. Oh, my goodness. The Raiders have already turned the ball over twice. Is that Albert Hainsworth? A rookie? Wow. All right, Seattle's offense takes over for the first time today. Quarterback number 11. Is that a Drew Bledsoe? A Drew Bledsoe, perhaps, playing for the Seattle Seahawks?
Using motion.
Gonna run the ball off the right side. Finds an okay bit of room. That is absolutely a Drew Bledsoe.
Tried to find some room on that carry.
Right now, they need to keep going at the defense with a run. Sooner or later,
Yeah.
they'll be able to break
There you
one
go.
for a big game.
Bledsoe, I believe, got injured. The Cowboys were playing very well with him under center, but we saw them a couple of times down the stretch, and they did not have Drew Bledsoe. They got beat really badly in the playoffs. Ooh, bounces off to the left side there. Finds some room, spun down after a nice gain. The crowd is allowed as the clock winds. 3rd and 2 here for Seattle. Bledsoe surveys, pump fakes, throws to his right, finds a receiver, slips out of a tackle. He is free and clear for a touchdown. Wow. I don't know that that would qualify as a quick pass, Al Michaels, considering that he pump faked it, but hey, I'm not an expert commentator like you. And Seattle is off to a very good start here.
And the coaching staff is happy after that drive. Touchdowns against this defense aren't easy to come by.
The more touchdowns,
14 to nothing. An interception return for a touchdown, another turnover, and the Seahawks find themselves up big early in a former AFC West matchup. I guess, let's see. Let's find out. Oh, I don't. You know what? I can't do that. Just kidding, because there is no internet. I loaded up a web browser on my laptop, and it said, "What do you think you're doing? You don't have the internet." Interestingly enough, there you have Seattle, no first downs. That was a big 3rd and 2 that went for the touchdown. I was kind of curious because I don't know how accurate was tipped at the line. I don't know how accurate these older games are as far as the schedules are concerned.
We're forcing the ball in there. That's the kind of play you're talking about.
2nd and 10. Ball on their own 20.
I can find it here. I just gotta use my phone instead.
The Raiders use motion.
Well, there's a run by James. That's why you want to hand it off to him. Big 9-yard gain. Finding a lot of room on that left side.
It's 3rd down and a yard. The Raiders are in the offset I formation. He hands it off, and he's brought down at the 33-yard line. He lowers his shoulder and powers his way to the 1st.
He put his head down and laid somebody out on that run.
Let's see, 2002
1st and 10.
NFL season. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. There's a map of the U.S. and it's like, here's a bunch of teams, and I was like, wait, they missed the Seahawks. And it's like, well, no, you didn't read the description that it's the AFC teams and then the NFC teams.
That was a gain of 7. So they need about 3 here.
Oh, here's an interesting thing. This isn't from Wikipedia, I just remembered it. I was watching a video from, I believe it's 5 Points Vids. I watch some of their stuff every once in a while. And this one was about like stadiums that'll either be abandoned or demolished in the coming years. And one of them was the stadium in Chicago. They built weird architecture around the field itself and kind of like made it taller. But if you remember last season, I did a game in Chicago, and I really liked the outside. It like had like a very nice, unique feel. Why is there a gun sound? End of the first quarter, the Seahawks up 14-0 on the Raiders here.
And we're ready to start the second quarter.
Okay. Really quickly before we jump into this, I can't do anything. Never mind.
And welcome back.
Huh. So we have Jeff Garcia. I don't think this game has, like, starting lineups in it. Oh, wait. You know what I could do? Hold on. I do have the video. But it turns out, so I was watching the video, 5-point vids. That's not the video I want. Yeah, it turns out they still have those unique features. It's just on the very outside of the stadium, and you can't see from inside the stadium in Chicago. We might have an interesting stadium for Chicago, just because there is construction being done on their home stadium during this time, so might have a little bit of a different stadium for Chicago. So it highlights a couple of players. Kickoff.
4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Green.
Yeah, I don't think this.
At the 31-yard line.
Huh.
There, and they pick up a first down.
Oops, somebody got injured while I was kind of looking away. So it doesn't have any sort of starting lineup. I guess we could take a quick look at the depth chart maybe before the game starts. Kind of get familiar with who's playing.
Williams got very good penetration there. James was dropped.
I don't know the best way to do that. I can't look at it from in here because I'm not controlling any of the teams. So
it's playing on the other side of the ball. When you get penetration like that, it's very hard for the offense to get positive yardage.
Spikes makes the tackle at the 31. James keeps it on the ground.
A running attack that is consistent and effective will help the offense dictate the pace of the game.
3rd down and long coming up here. Garcia gets set, looking to throw, looking for a receiver. Tosses
oh
it
my
right.
goodness, there were 4 Seahawks defenders in the way, and they just couldn't do that. Oh, we get a little NFL ticker. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you'll get updates and scores. It does just finalize everything, so it's like some of the games should be done, but they're not done because I have them highlighted. So I need to make sure that if I am going to select a game, I need to make sure that it's highlighted so it doesn't simulate it. Nice run off the left side, finds a little bit of a hole. I'm trying to look at the 2002 Seattle Seahawks schedule. Preseason. Oh, okay. Looks like it might be. It might be accurate.
Spikes hauls him down behind the line.
Cool.
Not a decisive move for the ball carrier there, Johnny. Just couldn't decide where he wanted to go.
Yeah, and that's not the way you want to go. But against this defense, you don't have a heck of a lot of choices.
2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2.
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long 3rd down situation.
Raiders facing a 3rd down and 11 here, a couple minutes before halftime.
Looking downfield. Rolling out to his right.
Finds a receiver in the end zone. Easy peasy touchdown right there. That goes to number 80.
The quarterback knew that he had to make that pass perfect, and he got the job done on that one.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to make sure this video gets up as early as possible. So if there are any sort of problems with the Garcia to White. 14 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes off the clock, an entire quarter drained by the Oakland Raiders, who will get, actually the Seahawks will get the ball at the start of the second half, so Oakland needs a good defensive stand. Seattle has run 3 plays on offense, and they have a touchdown.
He gets the kick away.
So, Seahawks team that is dominating the Raiders here, as he'll get right out to about the 20, where he's tackled by a couple of Raiders. 1st down and 10.
From breaking this one open. Hey, this is why you run those 2-minute drills in practice for a situation like this. The only difference is this isn't the scout team defense.
He's going to throw. Looking for a receiver.
Bledsoe throwing deep down the left side, finds a receiver in between two defenders. Oh my goodness, Drew Bledsoe starting the season out on fire. The quarterback we're going to want to keep an eye on is going to be Tom Brady. He was not a non-factor last season, even though he was a factor in the real-life season. He should be fairly highly rated. I forget what rating he was in Madden NFL 2003. We did look at his ratings throughout the years. I just don't remember what Madden.
He's getting paid a lot of money to make those catches. The defense can't afford to
Madden.
take too many gambles by going for a pick when they
Tom
should
Brady,
just try and knock it
Madden.
down. One mistake can lead to a big play for the offense.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Using motion.
Madden 2003 rating for Tom Brady. He was an 84.
They'll go with a pass.
So,
Pass to the left. Number 50 with the stop. Tackle 36. Bledsoe just went over the 100-yard mark with that pass. They're right where they'd like to be, and that's in position to change this score before the half. They're probably going to take it easy and mix it up a little. It's 1st and 10.
he had an overall rating of 51 and then jumped to an 84.
Being in range like this, they probably want to conserve some time so they can get a score. They don't want to let the other guys have much time to do anything.
1st and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line. There's
So,
about 1 minute left.
Brady's going to be a desirable quarterback at 84. I'll be curious to see if he is one of the quarterbacks. I mean,
Throws it out over to the left.
there's no way there are 31 other guys who are rated higher than him at the quarterback position. Seattle going to take a timeout.
Delivered a perfect pass.
I really like that play right there. Swing the running back outside and hit him, pick up a block, and get the first down. So, 1st and 10 here, 54 seconds to go. You can see the clock management already better in this game than it was all of last season. They caught the ball, they got what they needed, and they called the timeout pretty much immediately instead of waiting 5 or 6 seconds. I don't love that they're throwing over the middle of the field right now. Bledsoe, though, with 3 consecutive completions. The clock is ticking this time around.
Quick release makes them very tough to sack. I'm sure they'll have one of their receivers running near the sideline.
The editing in this game is very weird. Maybe I was just looking at it from the wrong angle.
Looking downfield.
Finds a receiver. He's going to be short a timeout. We see a timeout here by Seattle. There's, I guess, plenty of time to work with. Oh,
That's the kind of thing you just hope you can hang on to.
oh, okay. The 2nd and 4 really hangs out for a long time there. 1st and goal. Okay, so maybe the clock management isn't great. It seemed like the first time out was taken at a good time. The second one, they let like 12 seconds run off. And they're going to kick a field goal. Oh, Seattle. Oh, no. There's no reason for them to kick a field goal here. They should have one timeout in their back pocket, right?
The kick is up. The kick sails through the upright.
17-7. 7 plays, 77 yards, a minute and 50 off the clock. They will get the ball to start the second half, so barring any sort of special teams disaster, they would look pretty good to be able to get this score even more in their favor. I didn't really know where I wanted to go with that.
He wants to give his team good field position here.
3 seconds to go.
This guy might have a strong arm, but I don't think we'll be seeing any type of Hail Mary. A simple run should get us to halftime.
1st and 10. On the run. Spikes got very good penetration there. He laid a good hit on him there for his
5 tackles for Spikes already. And that'll be the end of the second quarter. It is nice that they throw the record up throughout the end of quarter situations. We actually do have a bit of a halftime performance here Interesting. Maybe should probably mute that for musical reasons. Okay, just kidding. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be. That's what she said. 17. Okay, that's all right. Didn't want to read those. I did want to read them anyway.
Number 80 and number 89 to receive. He kicks it off. The wedge is set up. Breaks free of the defender. The Seahawks
Spun out of one defender, but couldn't. Wow, 9 plays, 142 yards, and only 3 minutes time of possession, and they are up by 10 in this game. Obviously, the defensive interception helps. Return for a touchdown, defensive points, always big.
Nickelback in this time. Number 34.
Handing the ball off, finds a little room on their right side.
At the 25-yard line.
9 rushing yards for the Seahawks, only 33 for the Raiders. The Raiders would probably benefit the Raiders to continue to handing the ball off, because it seems like when they've been running the ball, it's actually been pretty effective for them. Let's see, we are in... What date may start? Sunday?
Looking for an opening. And it looks like this one will be spotted at the 19. 5-yard loss on the play. Third and long. Ball on their own 19. Nickelback in this time. Man in motion. He's going to throw. Bledsoe throws right. Just won't go down.
Cleaning up the old... Ooh, another injury here. Cardinals drop to 0-1. The Ravens get a 10-point win on the road.
They need about 3.
4th and 3, so the Oakland defense stops the
Reed is back to receive this kick.
The Seahawks.
Reed signals for the fair catch. Reed.
51 yards, Shane Leckler, longest punt.
He did the right thing.
Okay.
Concentrated and caught the ball.
Fun thing about this game is there actually are Madden cards in them. And I remember actually liking the Madden cards quite a bit back then. The card collecting stuff is such a fun, it's a fun idea. Obviously, I opened a ton of them. Willie Roaf has been injured. A lot of injuries here in week 1 for both for these teams. Not great. Not what you want to see. Obviously, I open cards during the MLB stuff, and that's fun because those are, real tangible things that I can hold on to and be like, oh man, look at this cool Clayton Kershaw card that I got. Oh, that's really neat. The digital card stuff, another interception thrown by Jeff Garcia, a tremendous pick. And I believe that's the same guy that already has an interception. Oh, we got a little Matrix mode going on here. Madden 2003 bringing you all the hits from 1999/2003's The Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions. No. Is that what it was? Matrix. The third. What the hell was the third Matrix movie called? Yeah, it was Revolutions. The new one's Resurrections. Anyway. I forgot what I was saying. I got so enamored of an immediate interception the other way, and he is free and clear for a little bit, but does end up getting caught. Drew Bledsoe had an excellent opportunity there to really push the lead in this game, but gives up the ball to the Raiders, who now have really good field position. I'm interested to see, once we get to this position in the field, do we see the kicking game, for the field goal kicking game, take some more shots from deep, because it seemed like the field goal kicking in the last game that we did was you had to be really close before they would get going.
Looking to turn it upfield. They're looking to wear this defense down with the run.
Yeah, sure looks like they're going to keep testing this run defense.
It's second down and 8 to go. Ball on the 34-yard line. Only one man back. He gets the carry. Breaks the tackle. And it looks like this one will be spotted at
Look, he got hit like right in the back, like lower back. Oh, God. Oh, it hurt.
Or lack thereof, perhaps. Third and 5 coming up.
It's interesting that Seattle switched to the NFC West when they still, when like basically the rotation, the schedule rotation, played the AFC West. So it's like Seattle never left, except for they only had to see the Raiders once a year instead of twice a year. A beautiful deflection there by number 51 of the Seattle Seahawks. Bears took down the Vikings in overtime. Okay, and we are actually going to get a field goal attempt. It looks like Chris Chandler is the backup here in Oakland. Kick is away, and the kick is good. 48 yards. Olindo Mare for Oakland. So a minute and 32 seconds to go here in quarter number 3.
Bennett in to kick this one off.
Number 89 and number 80 deep to receive.
He sends this one toward the end zone. He'll return this one.
Up to the 20, past the 25.
Seattle.
It's crushed by the first defender he sees. I keep looking over to see if internet is back. It's like, internet? Internet, are you there? Are you there, internet?
First and 10. Bledsoe under center. Dropping back, passing to his left. And he makes
Incomplete
no
pass.
chance.
Seattle, you can't be falling apart now. You had such a good lead. You had a good start to this game.
It's second down and 10 to go. Quick drop. Passes it short.
Fires over the middle, finds a man, tackled on the dirt. Up near the 40, you got a passing breakdown.
You throw it anywhere. You throw it high and behind him, he'll go get it, just like you did there.
Today, by the way, May 3rd, this video is being recorded very early because of the lack of internet. But it's actually kind of unfortunate because the new Halo update dropped. It was like, oh, this would have been a good thing to play. But looks like the unobtainable achievement is finally going to be attainable, called Medic. He's going to get all the way inside the 10-yard line. 3 Raiders chased him down the sideline. And my goodness. A nice throw here by Drew Bledsoe. Gets it past the defender there. And a great run after the catch there. He'll get down to about the 6-7 yard line. First and goal for Seattle. But yeah, new Halo stuff is out. There's a couple new game modes, I think, a new map or two. I think it's based around Lone Wolves or whatever. New, always available season, Bledsoe. That was a terrible throw. What are you doing, Drew Bledsoe? Oh my goodness, this one's going all the way back to the house. It's a touchdown. The receiver is gonna maybe no, wasn't enough room. 102 yards, and just like that, the game is, pending the extra point, tied. Back-to-back interceptions, killing the Seahawks drives, and big returns as well. The first return basically set them up in field goal range, as it turns out with this game. The second one giving them a touchdown. So the Raiders resilient here. The Seahawks looking a little wobbly. 102 yards. 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. But it seemed like by the way, the medic achievement, which is for like a new game mode called Attrition. Seemed like that was going to be finally attainable. You have to revive 5 teammates in Attrition. And that's like, hey, we're going to be able to get the achievement. Yeah, it's a completable game. Nope. Not able to do it because the game mode didn't launch day 1. They really bungled the Halo Infinite multiplayer. It's really good multiplayer. It plays so well. It's great for Halo. It had a great big moment, but the content package it's just not there.
Number 50 records the stop at the 35.
Honestly, I think it's technically still like in beta. I don't know. But then twist, actually that achievement is unlockable. I just was reading an article about it. You can set up a custom game with bots, turn friendly fire on, knock your teammates down, revive them 5 times, and get the achievement. So, hey, you can complete Halo Infinite. It's going to be a lot harder now because they took away the Infinite Scorpion gun glitch or whatever it was for Lasso, so it's going to be a lot more difficult. Yeah.
It's 3rd down and a yard. Ball on their own.
I think it's dumb that they took it away. Personally. A 3rd down and 1, hopefully a run here for Seattle. And that last interception by Bledsoe was really bad because even watching it was kind of like, oh my goodness, what a stop by the defense. What a stop by, I might have been Kirkland, not really sure. Wow. Shane Leckler is going to come out and punt this ball away. 1 punt, 51 yards, has 1 inside the 20.
Number 9 lines up in the backfield.
You could see it on that play, the last interception that Drew Bledsoe threw. There were just black shirts all over the place. You can't throw to the silver and black. You got to throw it to the blue and white. Come on. What are you doing?
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 32.
The Raiders have already ripped off 1 big 5-minute drive. What do they have here for this one? Oh, Edner and James just ripping a big chunk off the left side. Oh, we got this fun camera angle. It's like Sin City. Or I guess a comic book. It's going to get all the way up to about the 48-yard line or so. As they were ripping off that big run, I thought, is this going to be a methodical long drive to milk this clock? It can still be that. But maybe you've worn the Seahawks defense down just enough. Seattle's been kind of a quick strike offense, big plays for them.
But the defense was quick to react to the play.
I think the time of possession was like 7 minutes to 3 minutes when they showed it to us last time. Seattle only had like 9 plays run on offense.
Garcia gets set.
Defense maybe a little winded here. Pitch out to the right side. A nice tackle in the backfield.
He's trying to find something off the edge, John, but there wasn't anything there.
Yeah, but there was no corner to turn. He's looking for the
They
corner.
ran right into the running back.
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long 3rd down situation. The backs are lined up in an I. Looking for a receiver. Garcia throwing it to the left.
Oh, wow. What a catch inside the 30. Beautiful throw. No defense for a perfect pass right in the hands of Rivers. I think. I'm not really sure. I assume that they highlight the players that did good in the play.
1st and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Oakland making some nice plays down the stretch. James finds some room off the right side. He'll get down to right about the 20-yard line. 17 rushes, 66 yards for Edner and James.
Garcia sets up, looking for an opening. Abraham
Should see a timeout here by Seattle. At least I would take a timeout here. Got a third down.
Yeah, because those big old defensive linemen push those big old offensive linemen backwards.
And we've reached the 2-minute
Instead,
mark.
we'll just get the 2-minute warning. So I believe it's a 3rd down and 2 coming up here. With 2 minutes to go.
So they need about 3 here.
3rd down and 3. A first down would be huge here for Oakland. As Garcia quiets the crowd down. Hands the ball off. He's not going to get through. Timeout Seattle. Almost immediately you can see how quickly that is called. That would have probably run down to about 1 minute and 49 seconds. So a 7-second difference. That's big. Especially obviously late in the game. That makes a ton of difference.
Mare leads the field goal team into the game for the attempt. And it's on its way.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. 8 plays, 50 yards, 2:41. The time of possession.
Bennett looks like he's just about ready to kick this one off. He sends it off.
So 152. Kickoff return from the 5-yard line. He'll get up to the 22, 23, something like that. Check out some scores down there at the bottom of your screen. 2 of them.
Into field goal range, but you would think most of the passes will go toward the sideline. It's 1st and 10.
Minute and 48 seconds to go. Set up for a good finish here in Oakland. Oakland has come back from a 10-point deficit. They've scored 13 unanswered points. Deep down the right sideline, excuse me. And he'll get past midfield. A great throw by Drew Bledsoe. A couple of interceptions to his name today. One of them going back for the game-tying score. But that's a nice play in between a couple of defenders. And that'll get the Seahawks moving. You'll remember right before halftime, Seattle didn't manage the clock super well right after I complimented them on how quickly they took a timeout. And they got 3 instead of a possible 7. That was almost intercepted. Drew Bledsoe making some poor decisions here down the stretch. But with 1 minute and 29 seconds, plenty of time to get into field goal range and tie this game up. But that's that clock mismanagement towards the end of the half could be the 4-point swing that gives Oakland a victory. Because instead of needing... My goodness. Oh my goodness. Where are you throwing these? Where are you throwing these passes, Bledsoe? It is a 3rd down and 10. That 2nd and 10 really hangs out for a while, huh? Literally until they break the huddle. That is going to be confusing. Oh, we're going to get an offsides, our first penalty of the season going against the Oakland Raiders. I had it right the first time.
Like the defender moved early.
He tried to anticipate the snap count and moved across the line. This is where a defense has to make a stand and win the game for their team. If they can hold them for 2 plays, then they should be going home as winners. So it's up to them to decide how this game's going to end. You just got a free EA Sports video game.
They'll go with a pass. Bledsoe.
They're down a 5, short pass down the right side. It's going to be picked off. Oh. Drew Bledsoe threw 3 interceptions in this game, and I just don't think there's no time. There's no time. Oakland scoring 13 unanswered points and coming away with a victory. Seattle led by 14 early in this one, and Oakland climbed their way back into this game. Seattle will take a timeout, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, you talk about a defensive line winning the battle, and this is what you mean. The running back gets to the line, and there's nowhere to go after that.
It's second down and 9 to go. 4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively.
Tale of two halves for the Seahawks, who looked so good in half number 1, but came out flat in half number 2. They must be out of timeouts, I would guess.
Blocking. I'm guessing this should be a run. The defense can't be lollygagging around, because if they are and they give up a first, this one's over.
The Raiders line up with 2 backs behind the quarterback. James looking for a seam, and it looks like this one will be spotted.
Oh, 4th down. Actually, Seattle had one more timeout. Oh, my goodness.
Now it's 4th down.
They're going to give themselves a chance, a shot. I wanted to say shot, wanted to say chance. A chance for them to maybe come back in this game. No timeouts. 38 seconds to go.
Ferguson will be looking for some good blocking.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's a punt return for a touchdown. 66 yards for Robert Ferguson.
And then boom, the returner breaks free, and he's gone for the touchdown.
Unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! This is awesome! The kick is up and the kick is good. Seattle 24, Oakland 20. I thought Seattle was out of timeouts. They had one left in their back pocket. They just let the clock run after that. They took what? They took one on offense. They called one after first down. And then called another one after 3rd down and gave themselves an opportunity. I mean, I don't think they were looking for, or I don't think they expected to see a punt return for a touchdown. But my goodness, Seattle special teams and their defense scoring 14 of the 24 points, and even the offense, when they scored the touchdown that they did, was a quick 3-play drive. Got down the field with a big bomb on a 3rd and 2. Scored a touchdown. Obviously, the point difference. They scored 3 on a... Oh, that should have been a game-ending pick right there. That should have been an interception. A little bit of a point difference with the clock management at the end of the half. That's fine. Whatever. We can move past it. We don't have to hone in on it. Yeah, but they didn't score anything in the... We have a penalty here. Oh, it's a hold on the offense. I looked the wrong way.
The Raiders make a mistake on offense.
Oh, no. That was a great completed pass. Moving up the field a little bit. And it'll be, what was it, 1st down and 19 now? Or 2nd down and 19 with 14 seconds to go.
Dropping back. Looking for an option.
Garcia deep down the field. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 19 coming up.
There was no way he was going to get to that one.
So they dug themselves into a hole here. A long.
So this game is at almost, I don't know why the other one was so quick and this one was like a lot slower. I don't think I talked that much. But we're at least 45 minutes.
Drops back. Garcia sends the pass away.
Oh, it's tipped and picked, and that's, I believe, the 3rd interception. Is this number... Oh, this is number 27. I believe number 37 had 2 interceptions early in this one. And that'll do it. The Seahawks with a miraculous come from behind victory here. What a wild and wacky and fun game to start us off.
24 gets the call.
They'll run the ball. That'll run out the clock, and that will do it. There's your final. Seahawks 24, Raiders 20. Seattle getting the first win of the season, sending the defending Super Bowl champions back to their multi-million-dollar mansions. They're sending them back there very sad. Player of the game, McClellan. 2 interceptions, touchdown, and a fantastic defensive effort. Have you tried to create a playbook? No, I have not. But a great game to start the season. We got this helpful autosave, which is always nice. Next, we're going to head to see the Rams and see what they are up to. We'll get you all the scores later in the game, or later in the day, I should say. Rams, they are taking on the Broncos, so we're going to see a couple of NFC, this was unintentional, obviously, NFC West teams facing some AFC West teams, both of the NFC West teams on the road. We'll get the Cowboys and the Texans, so we'll have even AFC and NFC teams so far. And we'll jump on in here. Shout out to Loading Bars. Just want to give them a shout out.
We're live and getting ready for what should be another great NFL matchup. We're just about
all right, welcome on into Denver, Colorado. 68 degrees.
Enjoy today's season opening game as the St. Louis Rams match up against the Denver Broncos. We're here for another great game. Welcome to the action. I'm Al Michaels, my partner John Madden.
We get to see a pretty good running back in this one. He's definitely going to be a big factor in the outcome of this game, because he's going to have to move those chains in short yardage situations. If he can, they might wear down the defense, and that could win the game.
Hugh Douglas will try to neutralize that ground attack.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Sorry.
A lot of stunts from the guys up front to force the other team to change their blocking schemes. If the defense can stop the running game, it should be a close one.
So let's see who gets the kickoff here. Hopefully it's not just always the home team.
Midfield for the coin toss. Well, the teams are out on the field. The crowd in full throat as we get this new season started with the kickoff.
Okay, so at least it is kind of not like random's not the right word, but it's not the same always.
Richardson looks like he's just about ready to kick this one off.
So St. Louis will get the ball to start the game. Keep an eye on kind of when this game started on the recording time. We might cut that Bills-Jets game.
The Rams take over on offense at the 23.
Obviously, you would know if you looked at the thumbnail, you'd probably know what happened. But I think that game was close to the 50-minute mark, which means that if I'm doing 4 games, that's 3.5 hours. Keep that just a little bit lower. That was nearly an interception right off the bat. Chad Pennington, the quarterback of the St. Louis Rams. St. Louis on the cover, again, because of cover star Marshall Faulk.
Earlier today, he said that he plans on using some new guys in certain situations.
This game was $2.99.
We could see this
Most of the games, the football games are like under like $5. Even the Madden 2002 was like, oof, do I buy this? It's like $6? No, I don't. Oh, man. Going to get dropped in the backfield, and not a good start for this St. Louis Rams offense. Rams made the playoffs. I don't remember what happened. Who could remember? Who could remember 2 measly weeks ago? And actually even less when I recorded that.
Pennington sets up. They'll go with a pass. Rolls right. He goes to the left side.
Oh, you know what? I forgot who was on offense there. I thought that was an interception.
You gotta wonder what they're thinking running a play short of the first down.
That was a terrible starting drive for this season for the St. Louis Rams. The Rams working with their gold and blue that they switched to after the 2002 season, I think. Kick is away. They barely took a minute off the clock there. We'll see what the Denver Broncos have on offer here in the thin altitude of, what's it called? Mile High Stadium.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 35.
We do have a quarterback. We have a number 7. Handed the ball off to the left side. Broke one tackle, but could not break a second.
He couldn't reach the corner on that run.
Yeah, as a back, you need to take what the defense is going to give you. That time, they wouldn't give him an inch.
I can't think of really any quarterbacks that wore number 7. I didn't even get the name because the arm was in the way. I mean, obviously the number 7 in Denver would be John Elway, but he should have been retired by this point. Did he not retire after like the 98 season? Did I accidentally put legendary players in this draft? The other one would be Ben Roethlisberger, but he wasn't around till like 2005.
Redmond sends a man in motion.
Redmond.
Looking to throw.
Who?
Goes to the left side.
Finds a receiver right at midfield, and Ben Kelly injured his shoulder on the play. I have no idea who this quarterback is. There is a preseason, so I guess it's possible that they lost their primary starting quarterback, and this is a backup. And intercepted. Wow.
Took advantage of that pass.
The defender showed some great skills on that play. Speed, agility,
Moses picked that ball off.
This guy has it all.
Melissa, what have you heard on the sidelines about that injury?
I was able to talk to the team, Dr. Allen. He indicated that it's a minor injury. They expect it'll take a series or 2 off, then return to the field.
Minor injury update.
Good news. Throws it. Owen.
There was no one home for that. Chad Pennington.
Almost looked like he might have been trying to throw it
Really interesting quarterback competition here. I don't think anybody really wants Chad Pennington on their team. Played for the Jets around this time.
On the run. Breaks free. Alexander created problems in the backfield on that play. Loss of around.
Could be Chris Redmond. Played for 9 seasons. Went to the University of Louisville.
So they dug themselves into a hole here. A long 3rd down situation.
Played for Baltimore, New England, Tennessee, the Austin Wranglers, and the Atlanta Falcons. 18 more rows.
Does a receiver not realize where they need to be for the first down?
His picture on Wikipedia is with 3 other dudes with him standing on the sideline.
O'Neal sets up, waiting for the punt.
Redmond spent 4 seasons with the Ravens, primarily serving as a backup, and was part of a team that won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 35. After 4 years away from the NFL, he returned in 2007 with Atlanta, where he played his last 5 seasons. For the Patriots and the Titans, even the Austin Wranglers, whoever they are, that was off-season and or practice squad member only. He does have a career highlight of a Super Bowl champion, so that's always good. He was from Conference USA. He got the Offensive Player of the Year in 1999.
This guy's got to buckle down and make some better reads out there.
NFL career statistics 479 pass attempts, 273 completions. That's a completion percentage of 57%. 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions with a little over 3,000 yards. He basically just played like one subpar or maybe mediocre season in today's NFL with 3,000 yards and an assload of touchdowns.
The 22. So that's a gain of about 5. It's 3rd down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 22. Redmond under center.
So looking at his professional career here. Redmond's professional career began when he was selected in the 3rd round, 75th overall of the 2000 NFL Draft by the Baltimore Ravens. He was the 3rd quarterback taken and one of 6 drafted ahead of Tom Brady. Like, get shit on. He threw just 19 yards that year as he backed up Tony Banks and Trent Dilfer. He earned a Super Bowl ring that year when the Ravens won Super Bowl 35. In 2001, despite Banks and Dilfer both leaving, Redmond did not play at all that year as veteran Elvis Gerbach and Randall Cunningham each took snaps. Interesting, I didn't know Randall Cunningham ever played for the Baltimore Ravens. On October 6, 2002, Redmond had arguably his best outing as a pro, going 19 of 30 for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, and a victory at division rival Cleveland on ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Caught right at the first down marker.
This guy's just like a gunslinger. He's never in a position where he thinks he'll throw.
Redmond served as a backup in 2003 after recovering from back surgery. Redmond replaced injured starter Kyle Bowler during a game in November 2003, but was injured himself, suffering a torn labrum in his right throwing shoulder. The season-ending injury was not diagnosed until after the game. He was signed for like 2 weeks in 2005.
At the 42-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans signed him from August 23rd and then waived him on September 4th.
1st and 10.
Austin Wranglers of the Arena Football League had signed Redmond to a contract. Interesting.
Gets the pass off.
Oh, deflected right at the line to gain there. Great defensive play by Denver.
Made that play happen.
Remember when Madden was good?
2nd and 10.
3 seconds left in a scoreless first quarter. 2nd down and 10 for the St. Louis Rams. We're learning about Chris Redmond.
Back to pass. Tosses it right.
On January 4th, 2007, the Austin Wranglers of the Arena Football League announced that they had signed Chris Redmond to a contract. However, shortly into his arena football career, Bobby Paterno, the Atlanta Falcons' new head coach, sought after his former college quarterback to be a backup. And then he went to Atlanta in March of 2007. They had traded backup quarterback Matt Schaub to Houston in exchange for 2 second-round picks and an agreement to switch first-round picks for the 2007 NFL Draft. That's a lot for Matt Schaub. My goodness.
It's 1st and 10.
Redmond began fall as the 3rd string, but moved up to number 2 before the preseason game. His role was solidified when DJ Shockley suffered a season-ending knee injury in the Falcons' first preseason game. They signed Byron Leftwich, which pushed him back to number 3. Joey Harrington, by the way, was the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons at this point.
Looking for a place to run, but all those places were filled up with guys waiting to tackle him.
He was named the starter. His first start in 5 years. Went 23 of 40 for 298 with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception on Monday Night Football when they lost to the Saints.
Pennington passing to the right, and the catch is made. The defender was caught out of position on the score.
Yeah, the defenders were looking one way.
There's a touchdown by... look, he's really happy. He's like, we let up a touchdown. Great.
The kick is up, and the extra point is good. Well, you can't ask for much more out of a drive that gets you into the end zone.
The more touchdowns
6 plays,
drives, the
68
better.
yards.
Now
Oh,
they'll go
is
back
that
to the
Terrell
sidelines and
Owens?
see why they were able
Chad
to keep the
Pennington to
defense
Terrell
separate.
Owens?
And they'll try
Going to
and
be seeing
repeat
that a
those
lot
results
there.
the next time
Rams
they get the
fans.
ball.
Vanderjagt in to kick this one off.
Number 82.
Matt Ryan got injured in 2009, so
Sends it off.
he played some more football later on in his
O'Neal
career,
will
but
return this one.
seems like all the games he played he
The
lost.
offense comes out onto the field again.
Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed learning about Chris Redmond, the Denver Broncos starting quarterback that I've never heard of. So who would be the big name quarterbacks of this era? Obviously you got Brett Favre, you got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady should be a pick. Drew Bledsoe, still effective, though they stuck with the hot hand in New England. It went with Tom Brady. Run off the left side here.
Pickup of about 8.
I just don't know. I feel like I should know it, but I don't.
2nd and 2 coming up here. Ball on their own 31. Searching for a seam. Colvin stops the play in the backfield. Henry was dropped before he could get back to the line.
Yeah, you can't run without good blocking.
3rd and 2 coming up here. Ball on their own 31.
Would Steve McNair? He'd be in Tennessee, right?
Looking for an opening. Still running.
Off the right side. It's possible Chad Pennington played for the Dolphins.
Henry was cut down quickly.
He was waiting for something to develop, and whap, he got developed.
I was kind of hoping, let's see. 99 overall would be Marshall Falk,
Richardson.
Warren
He's just
Sapp,
about ready to punt this one away.
Larry Allen, Michael Strahan, Ray Lewis.
Brown will call for the fair catch. The Broncos are there to...
Oh no! They fumbled it! Oh, he muffed a fair catch and it's going to be turned into a touchdown by the Denver Broncos. I shouldn't be looking at who the top-rated quarterbacks are in Madden 2003 on the internet because I'm missing exciting football action. But you didn't miss it because you're watching NFL football on Shawnosaurus Rex's YouTube channel. I was going to say the URL, but my brain broke. I even got a text message today. It'll send like an automated text to being like, "Hey, we know that there's an outage. We're aware. Estimated time of it being done is so and so, whatever." Sometimes it's like a little longer, sometimes it's kind of short. Obviously depends on the outage and what they have to do. This one just didn't have a time. It was just a dot in the text message. Like, uh-oh, that's not good.
He sends this one toward the end zone. Wilson fields it cleanly. And we'll see if they can move the ball as well through the air this time as they did after scoring a touchdown on their last possession.
So the Rams and Broncos tied at 10.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 24.
Donovan McNabb. I think Randall Cunningham retired. So I don't know that he would be a factor in this. We know that Chris Chandler is the quarterback, the backup quarterback for the Raiders. Kerry Collins was a quarterback.
2nd and 5.
You could have a Trent Dilfer in there
Ball on their
somewhere.
own 30.
Trent Dilfer may have been the QB for the Seahawks around this time.
Dropping back. Looking downfield. Brown was the
He got hit. He threw it right into his own offensive lineman. His lineman turned around and be like, "My quarterback!" He got hit in the face mask. Face mask.
The defensive line made the job easy for the defensive backs.
3rd and 5 coming up. Four linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. On the run.
Pitch to the left side, or right side, excuse me. That's going to get snuffed out in the backfield And the way Morgan was like moving on the ground looked like he like injured his back, and I was, oh boy, oh boy. That'll be the 2-minute warning as the NFL ticker gives us some scores and updates. Now, what I could do is just select all of the games next week, and we wouldn't get any scores.
They need 7. Ball on their own 27.
I was thinking about that while I was reading that Wikipedia article.
O'Neal lines up deep for the punt return.
That looked like a really bad punt.
Not to return this one.
That was a really bad
Last time
punt.
They had the ball, they gave it away on a fumble.
Since the defense knows they're going to be passing, the offensive line will have to hold their ground and be ready for any type of stunt. They might even have a back try to chip on the defensive end before going out in the pass pattern.
Quick drop. Passing to his
Rolls,
right.
fires to the right side.
Open man. Good job.
Finds a receiver there just across midfield. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Broncos.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on the 47-yard line. Looking to pass. Throws it over the middle.
Fires over the
Nice
middle.
completion. And the defender
Rushed.
brings him down.
So here's the fun thing about the random rosters aspect of it. Takes a team like a Houston Texans, which has never really been all that like relevant, you know. They've had like some good season, they've had some good players, they've had a terrible coach that like stripped the roster clean and did not get enough for some of the players that they traded away. But they've Deshaun Watson was kind of wasted in Houston. They had DeAndre Hopkins, but it didn't ever seem like they could get over that hump. Now they could be a competitive team, you know, year in, year out, if they make good draft picks or whatever. Like, that's what I would be interested in. Is like, can Houston get their first playoff appearance or first playoff win in this series way before they did it in real life? I guess I should be talking about this when Houston's actually playing. So maybe we'll save that for our potential final game. I am keeping a pretty close eye on the recording time. We're going to punt it away from inside St. Louis territory. Fair catch. You can see that the punt return, the punt coverage, a lot better, a lot more sensible in this game. They weren't getting drug away every time by the guy running up the field. They were actually trying to play the ball. Pennington off to the right side, finds a receiver, and the clock will continue to run here. Second down and 1 coming up.
4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively.
Well, they didn't do anything. They had a good start to that drive and just said, you know what, that's fine. We'll take it into half tied.
St. Louis, 7.
It's unfortunate that is there, just because it is a kind of a nightmare from a copyright perspective. But hopefully it doesn't cause too many problems, I should say. There might just be some awkward cuts of silence. I guess I could probably skip it as well. Doesn't really give us time to read the statistics anyway.
We'll try to bring this one back.
So right around his own goal line, bring it out to about the 20. So about average field position or starting field position. The Broncos losing the total yards gained battle, but they are tied in the game thanks to the muffed fair catch that ended up going for a Broncos touchdown.
Dropping back. He's looking. Passes
Redmond
left.
finds a receiver over to the left side.
The receiver found a
No
hole.
gain, maybe a yard. I mean, that kind of answers it right there. They had 50 yards last time they showed the total yards. They had 50 yards this time that they showed the total yards.
I asked Coach Shanahan about the kind of adjustments they made in the locker room. He stressed the importance of running a ball control offense in a tight game like this. He said he wanted to see his team maintain its intensity while improving efficiency.
Fires over to the left side, finds a receiver, and that'll be enough for a first down, just past the 30-yard line.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 30.
Also, shout out to the NFL Europe teams
Stewart moves in
that
motion.
you could, for some reason, play as in these games, and they are not good. They are so bad. Find some running room off to the right side. Tackled after a solid game.
This kind of running game allows the offense to control
Henry
the clock.
picks up, I would say 6, 7 maybe.
It's second down and 3 to go.
Second down and 3, so they will give him 7. What a good run on first down to set up a second and very manageable. Dropping back to pass. Fires over to the left side. You can see the running back immediately calling for it. Redmond rewards him. 3 consecutive completions for Redmond. And finds enough room to pick up the first down.
They have
So
first and 10 here.
from the 42-yard line, they need to get to the St. Louis 48 for a first down.
Dropping back. Passes
Looking,
it.
fires deep down the middle, finds a receiver one-on-one, but sailed. Looked like the ball just went right through his hands. And that'll be an incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Ball on their own 42. They'll go from the I formation. Looking to pass. Passes left.
Fires left, and that was picked. Just a terrible throw right there. The defender had inside leverage. You got to throw that to the outside toward the sideline.
And below you can see
And
how
Redmond
these two
let
teams
that
have
just
gotten the turnover
drift
battle.
inside. An easy interception right there for the St. Louis Rams, who will take over that's right at the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
That was a nice little drive by the Broncos. Rudely stopped by an interception. See what the Rams have to offer this time around. Camera isn't actually as bad as I thought it would be. I mentioned that earlier.
Drops back with the pass, and it's complete. Alexander makes the play at the 47. A display of good concentration by the receiver.
If he can make catches like that regularly, he can expect to see more passes thrown in his direction.
Pass. Throws it.
Down the field, incomplete.
He fired a fastball, but nobody could get a hold of it.
If he throws it
I don't want to watch either of these teams play football anymore. They have two, very, question mark quarterbacks. I would be surprised if we ever see Chris Redmond in another Madden.
They'll go from the I formation. Pennington.
Maybe in a backup role, but even then, I kind of doubt it.
Showing good moves.
Nice spin move right there. Picks up the first down and a few yards more.
George was very determined on that play, John.
Yeah, and you talk about speed and keeping your legs moving, and you see both of those qualities on this play.
So they have first and 10 here. Pennington gets set. Passes it.
Fires over to the right side. Looked like that was tipped and knocked away. by number 34 here for Denver. That'll bring up, what is that, 2nd and 10?
Ball right around midfield.
.201 to go here in the third quarter.
Looking downfield. Steps up into the pocket.
Fires over to the, what was that, the left side.
Kearney stopped him for his 3rd tackle so far. Pennington went over 100 yards passing on that play.
Pennington has 100 yards passing in that one. Oh, shoot. I wonder if the, was that Eddie George? Do they have Eddie George in the backfield? Did I miss that? Is that the player that I missed in the start of this?
5th play of this drive. They'll go with a pass.
3rd down and 8.
Passing right.
Fires over to the right side. 4th down. Pennington went over 100 yards. Just barely with those last 2 plays.
Anything less has to be a failure.
So they're almost within their kicker's range.
And another punt coming for Knorr?
Number 4 will do his best to get this one inside their 5. And
Kicking
he
it
waits
deep.
for the
Fair catch called. And they are going to let it bounce inside the end zone. St. Louis doesn't do a good job there either, but at least they're kind of in the area of the football.
On this drive. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 20. Only one man back. Looking to pass. Redmond.
Oh, that was an incomplete pass. We saw a similar play in the last game, and they qualified it as a fumble, so I don't know. Last year would have been the tuck rule.
So it's 2nd and 10.
59 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 7-7 game.
The Broncos use motion. Looking to pass. With the pass.
Oh, that's a fumble right there. The offense somehow did not come up with that ball. That is unbelievable. That lineman was all by himself and couldn't come up with it. Instead, it's a massive turnover. And the Rams are starting with incredible field position inside the red zone already. Wow, that is a very surprising turn of events. That is definitely Eddie George running up the right side there. Ew, gross. The Broncos have got 20 yards of offense in this half.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line. 4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Back to pass.
Fires over to the left side. Incomplete. A couple of Bronco defenders in the way. Thought that might get intercepted, but
they'll be faced with a long 3rd down play here. Ball on the 13-yard line. He's going to throw. It's the pass off.
Fires into the end zone. That's a catch. That's a touchdown.
To the receiver for the touchdown.
And that gets the Rams the lead.
Only his receiver could make the catch.
The Rams find themselves up by a small margin.
Sometimes, hey, if you're the Rams, you're a Rams fan, you're the Rams team, sometimes you need just kind of a gross, dirty win to get the season started. Speaking of gross, dirty football, YouTube is beautiful because sometimes you just sit back and you watch a 20-minute video of 1979 NFL highlights.
And scoring on that drive, and I think the defense has to be wondering what went wrong and what they'll do to avoid it happening again.
Giving up such a quick
But then YouTube does that thing where it's like, oh, now we know you. Now we understand. We know what you're looking for. Would you like more NFL highlights? Because there's just a guy, or somebody, I shouldn't say that, but there's a YouTube creator who is just uploading old highlight packages from the 70s. It's awesome. That's such a different feel and like all this stuff. And it was interesting watching them because one guy, the San Francisco field apparently was just like just the field and then just like concrete. I don't know how to describe it. I can't even pull the video up. Let me see if it was in my watch history. If you're curious about this, if you're curious about it, let me find the information for you so I can give you.
They need 6. Ball on their own 32. So we've reached the end of the third quarter with
library?
the St. Louis Rams ahead of the Denver
The
Broncos.
history here.
14, 7. And we'll start
1979,
the fourth quarter.
week 13. There's 7,000 views
They
here,
need 6.
and I watched it. I watched it yesterday, but in this video, here it is. That's the 49ers highlights, and it is the 49ers, and they are playing the Rams. And like the field, it's interesting because the fields don't look great. There's a lot of like AstroTurf and a lot of stuff where you're just like, I don't want anyone to get tackled on this. This looks just awful. This looks terrible. But the 49ers field looks pretty good because it's like actually like green grass. But let's see here. Hold on.
The Broncos are in the offset I formation.
It's also interesting looking at the uniforms. They're like the sleeves are very long.
At the 40-yard line.
But there's a receiver that goes up, catches a touchdown. This is at the 11:42 mark of this video. If I had my Xbox, I would actually try and show this to you. But no, a receiver number 84 comes down in the back of the end zone, catches a touchdown pass, and lands like on his shoulder in like concrete. It looks hideous. It looks awful. Because it's basically like the field, right? The back line, the big thick black line on the back line, I should say, back line, and then like maybe a foot of grass. Like it's not. It might not even be a foot. It's probably a foot. Maybe like a little bit longer. It is not a very large margin. And then just concrete or something, but he comes down with his shoulder. It's his right shoulder, right at the intersection between those two things, and he's just like heinously injured. Like he comes in, they're like trying to wave the guys in. His offensive lineman or someone comes in to celebrate and slips on the same thing that he's like writhing in pain on, and like starts grabbing at his knee and like is behind, like he like just tore his knee up on this unbelievably awful piece of concrete, piece of something that just should not have ever existed at any point. Like, I know it's a freak accident sort of thing of like a guy is going to come down with his shoulder directly in that intersection of grass and terrible thing. Like, I understand that, but at the same time, someone had to have looked at that and been like, look, this is a really bad idea. Anyway, if you're curious about that, was you can go look at that. I should have given credit to the YouTube creator, the person who put that up. Comrade Doppler, COMRADEDOBLER. And just kind of looking at their. Oh, I guess I can't do that. I just want to look at their profile. And again, that's at the about the 11.
It's second down and 7 to go.
11:42. That's like the start of the play is at the 11:42 mark. And you can see number 84 just, oh God, it's his left shoulder. It's awful. It's awful. There's just like folding chairs. It's so weird to look at. But they have 18,000 subscribers. They have 1946 Cleveland Browns highlights.
At the 40-yard line.
Just
another good gain on the ground by this offense. They came here with a plan, and they're sticking to it.
Packers at Browns week 2. 1967, 68, 69, 79 Cleveland Browns. Like, this is... Huh.
2-minute warning coming up.
Game of the week. I don't know. They haven't been uploading they haven't uploaded in like 7 months.
Looking for room. Loses the defender. Douglas
None of them are like very long.
2 minutes to go.
There's a game from 1946 in like an hour. There's some highlights. This is actually really interesting.
Coming up.
I didn't really do much of a deep dive into this into this channel yesterday. I just like kind of looked at it. I watched the video that was like suggested to me, and it's a good thing. It's a really good thing that I didn't go into a deep dive yesterday of what that channel had to offer, because I went to bed late enough as it was, and I sure didn't need help going to bed later. Anyway, there's that for you. St. Louis, they're up 14-7.
Dropping back.
Under 2 minutes to go here. Denver with a fumble. The offense recovers that time. That is a surprising fumble. Okay, that makes sense.
You have an offense that is always aware of what's happening on the field.
Knees down. I mean, it's just field position. Yeah, I would say knee is down. I don't know that this game has the technology to overturn that, but...
The call on the field is overturned.
And they will overturn it.
Upstairs made the right call as the referee overturned the call and got it right.
I mean, that fumble definitely looked late in real time. Good job on the booth to challenge that. I don't know that we saw like any challenges last season.
Henry is the deep back, looking downfield. No completion there. Redmond looked a little uncomfortable in the pocket there.
All right.
It was an easy pass. How in the heck did he miss it? Now,
Thank you, Mr. Madden. That is exactly what I was thinking. It's like, how was that an incomplete pass? That was right over the middle. That wasn't that far down the field.
Just don't lose yards on the play.
3rd down and 3 here with a minute and 28 seconds to go.
Moves in motion.
Denver's only points coming from a muffed punt.
Redmond passing to the left.
Oh, that's a nice find. He got tackled by the last possible guy to tackle him. I thought that might have gone for a pretty big gain, but number 30 got just enough of him. Very weird tackle animation, but that's okay. Denver hustles up the field. Look at this. Hurry up offense. Unbelievable.
They'll go from the I formation. Looking to pass. Throws it.
Throwing it over to the right side. Nothing doing there. Incomplete, so 2nd down and 10 with a minute 8. I keep wanting to say 100 for some reason. 108 seconds remain.
This last drive out of the end zone. 2nd and 10.
Which would be a minute and 48 seconds if you're curious.
Redmond gets set. The Broncos use motion.
Just under 69 seconds to go.
Drops back.
The Broncos drop back. Looks like the Rams. I get confused because I want to say St. Louis and I hear Saints and I just want to say, oh, it's the Saints because they have gold. And I'm like, that's the team it is. Looked like the St. Louis Rams brought an extra defender. It was one-on-one matchups against the offensive line. Denver's offensive line did a good job to give Redmond just enough time to try and find a receiver, but an incomplete pass was the result. The Rams sent one fewer defender at the quarterback, gave up a completion. I don't understand. 5 rushers, incompletion. 4 rushers, completion. What? 1 minute even to go here. Denver looking to mount a drive, down 7. How? What is going on?
There's really no excuse for that. You just have to catch those balls.
2nd down now. They have to get closer to the end zone.
Just have to catch those balls.
2nd and 10. They'll go with a pass.
Denver.
Right.
Redmond finds a receiver. He's going to get towards the boundary. That's a nice play. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1. 3rd down in inches. But it also stops the clock. I really don't like the down and distance, that it doesn't change until the huddle is broken. But 3rd and very short here, under a minute to go. Trying to draw him off sides. Redmond fires over to the left side. He can't get a completion over there.
That's the old rule. If you get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
If the defense can make the stop here, they'll put an end to this potential touchdown drive. 4th and 1 coming up. The defense is stacking the line of Brown.
Oh, no. Denver mounted such a nice drive right there, and they came up short on a 3rd and 4th and 1. St. Louis is going to get the ball here.
With a simple handoff. You just never know what could happen on a toss play.
1st and 10.
And that'll be that should be game right there.
On the run, looking to turn it upfield, and the defender brings him down at the 32. And so they'll stay conservative and keep it on.
The Broncos ended up with 158 total yards, but still fell short on the scoreboard today.
We're nearing the end here, and they figure to go with a running play to keep this clock winding down. Pennington gets set. With the carry. And he's tackled.
George with a run right up the middle. Denver taking a timeout, killing the frame rate. 2nd down and 6. Not sure how many timeouts Denver has. They might actually have all 3.
1 yard to go. Ball on their own 37.
We've already seen a pretty wild ending.
There's no need to go for it here when you're down by this much. The last thing you want to do is get one of your starters hurt. They'll probably just punt.
They need about 3.
They're not down. What is happening? What is wrong with commentary in 2002?
O'Neal.
There's no reason for them to punt this ball. I guess Denver was 1 timeout short. Just when I thought I had it figured out. Seattle, they were out of timeouts last time. They had 1 left. Denver, I think they have 1 timeout. No, they're done. They didn't have anything. What?
There's the final go.
4th down.
The final score is St. Louis 14.
14-7. Denver mounted a nice drive there towards the end, but could not get the job done. And that'll do it for game number 2 here. Now that started at about the hour. Oh, Chad Pennington is the player of the game. I guess they didn't have anybody else to give it to. Kind of feels like a default move right there. That started at about the hour 57-minute mark, so that was about a 45-minute game. Let's see how long this next one takes, and that'll maybe determine if we do 3 or 4 games per episode. Feel free to leave comments down below if you'd like 3 or if you'd like a 4th game. Let me know. If 3 is okay, that's fine too. That would be a 3-game day. Would be a Sunday slate. This autosave taking a while, huh? We are going to make sure that we get in the premiere game of. Oh, interesting. Of the Cowboys taking on the Texans. So let's get that one going. Don't need any profile. And we'll get this rolling about an hour 44:30. I muted the microphone or the camera when I meant to mute the microphone so I could burp. Whoopsie daisy, sorry about that. So far, a pretty good start to it. That Seahawks Raiders game, fantastic. Broncos and Rams a little less exciting. But welcome to the inaugural game of the Houston Texans, where they won't be quite the underpowered team you might think they would be with a brand new expansion franchise. But because it is random rosters, Houston, if they drafted a good enough team, they could make some noise. Oh my goodness. Brett Favre is the quarterback of the Houston Texans. My God. Wow. Okay. Apparently the Cowboys have so little to be excited about that they got zero stars in this one. Dante Stallworth and Brett Favre.
What type of coverages they go with to prevent these two from doing a lot of damage.
Wow, those guys got to be careful.
He didn't give the Cowboys anybody. He just said no. It's the Brett Favre and Dante Stallworth show. Stallworth, by the way, a rookie in this game. Houston will kick off to Dallas, so Dallas will get the ball first. Dallas, a playoff team from a year ago. They fell short. Seattle and Oakland, they were also playoff teams. St. Louis was a playoff team. Denver was not. Yeah, Denver was not a playoff team.
Number 37 fields it cleanly. Still running.
And obviously the Texans didn't exist, so they couldn't have been a playoff team last season. Well, let's see what happens between the Texans and... So they have Carter, number 17. That actually seems right. Who was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in 2003? Hold on, now we got to find the...
Rhodes wasn't able to do anything with it there.
He was looking for a place to run, but all those places were filled up with guys waiting to tackle him.
Three-man front this time. They'll go with a pass. Gets the pass off.
2003 Dallas Cowboys.
Plummer makes the stop at the 37-yard line. Melissa, is there an update?
I talked to Coach Capers earlier today. He said that his team needs to stay
I think I might have
all
done the wrong one
had
here.
trouble in the past hanging on to lead. So if they're up in the fourth quarter, we'll see how well they respond now.
Thanks, Melissa. Passes left. Harrison.
Emmett Smith's 13 and final.
He's got to be
4, 5, and 11.
There's a good chance of hurting his receiver or throwing a pick.
Personnel.
Second and 10.
Staff. Roster. Quincy Carter. If this is Quincy Carter, it actually might have been the actual quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys at the time. I was going to say, I remember a quarterback number 17 for Dallas. Something about that like rang a bell. Take a look at the roster. Quincy Carter, either way. Tony Romo was on the 2003, which could have been next year's game. I get confused a little bit sometimes because it's like the 2003 Dallas Cowboys season, and this game would be like 2002 to 2003, 2002 to 2003. I'd be like, oh, that's the 2003 Dallas Cowboys. Because, oh my goodness, what a run. That was blocked up well in the backfield. We'll take a look at the 3X replay. Look at him. He is tackled. He gets out of it. Little jump there. Anyway. It confuses me, okay? It confuses me. That's the point.
So they have first and 10 here.
So first and 10 for Dallas.
Carter gets set. Dropping back. Steps up. He goes to the left side.
That looked like it could have been easily deflected by number 51 of the Texans defense, but the Texans defense a little bit leaky here. Battle of Texas teams.
So they have first and 10 here.
it was cool seeing Houston Oilers highlights.
He's going to throw.
Though what's not cool is watching like Earl Campbell. That's a touchdown. So the defense does not get off to a good start for Houston. They give up a pretty easy touchdown drive to their fellow Texans from Dallas. And that'll be a pretty quick 6-0 lead, extra point pending, obviously. Yeah, just watching like Earl Campbell just flipped upside down and like examining his finger as he's getting up because he's landed on the concrete is just like, oh god. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh. Anyway, let's see. Speaking of the Houston Texans, we talked about them a little bit ago. The first playoff appearance. Nope, not that. F-I-R-S-T. Not A. Oh my goodness.
He kicks it off. The kick returner heads upfield. Houston, he's down by 1 touchdown.
That's not.
First and 10. Ball on their own 26. They'll go with a pass. Throws it. The pass is picked off.
Oh, Brett Favre throwing an interception. Threw that one inside, and looks like he got hit on the throw or something there. The first ever postseason trip was 2011, the AFC South title. They beat the Bengals 20 to 19. You'll remember Houston had a really big lead a few years ago in Kansas City against Kansas City, or in the playoffs against Kansas City, and they could not close the deal. I think they were up like 28-3. It was a very lopsided lead. Houston is having an absolutely miserable game right now. They have already given up a touchdown. They've thrown an interception. That's what you get when you hire Brett Favre. And then you get on the immediate next play a face mask defensive penalty.
4 linebackers this time. Man in motion. Carter throws. And he's brought down
Man.
at the 10-yard line.
Houston Texans have no defense to speak of.
He also rarely makes a bad decision out there.
First and 10. Rhodes, the deep back. He tucks it away. And he's brought down.
Not great defense there. Big run off the left side.
Running like this, he could have a 100-yard game.
One yard to go. Ball on the 2-yard line.
Second down and 1. First down possible before the end zone.
Carter sets
That's
up,
always fun.
looking downfield with the
Carter
throw.
fires to the right, finds an open receiver, and that is another quick touchdown.
Get into the end zone.
Dallas looking mighty powerful here through the first couple of possessions. We did see this with Seattle. Seattle got out to a 14-0 lead. Got out to a 17-7 lead at the half, but nearly collapsed and lost that game. They did have a nice punt return to save them. And the kick is good. 1 yard pass from Carter to Bechet.
Aren't easy to come by.
The more touchdown drives, the better. Now they'll go back to the sidelines and see why they were able to beat the defense for 6. And they'll try and repeat
The more
those
touchdowns, the
results
better.
the next time they get the ball.
As I said that, it was the more you know graphic, but it just said the more touchdowns, the better. Dum dum dum.
He receives the kick and starts upfield. An interception
Tripped up right around the 25-yard line.
And they'll do a better job, I think, of protecting the ball this time around.
So 1st and 10 for Houston. Not exactly sure how many plays they ran on that last drive. I looked down and I looked up, and there it was. An interception thrown by Brett Favre.
Nickelback in this time. The Texans using motion.
Shifting the defensive line. Handoff. He's going to get tackled in the backfield. Loss of at least 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot.
The offensive line has to get good movement on the snap of the ball for the inside run to work, and it didn't happen on that play.
Thrash, the motion man. Looking to pass. Gets rid of it. And he had lost it. Incomplete. So he can't come up with it.
And nothing is more disheartening to a quarterback than a drop pass.
Oh my goodness.
3rd down and long coming up here.
So they did give him the loss of 4. 3rd and 14 coming up here. 40 seconds to go in quarter number 1.
Throwing left. And he hits his
Oh, he got hit and his helmet popped off.
At the 37-yard line. First and 10. Ball on their own 37. Barlow lines up behind his fullback in the I. Dropping back. Favre passes to his right.
Favre throws off to his right side. Finds a nice completion down to the 30-yard line. We have an injury on number 28. And that's why that other animation was so weird in the previous game, the Denver game. That, like, on the back or on the stomach, like, raising of the hands. It's like, oh, because that person was injured right there.
The second quarter. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 30-yard line. He's looking to pass. Throwing.
Fires over the middle. Looks like the ref got in the way there. Favre took a nasty hit right in the chest. Even now Michael says Favre. Not Favre. Or Favre.
Melissa, what have you heard down there?
I was able to talk to the team doctor, Al, and he indicated that it's a minor injury. They expect that it'll take a series or 2 off.
Got a minor injury on the update here. Thank you, Melissa.
Dumps it off.
That should have been an interception. What are you doing? I guess that's why you play defense there light, because that was so easy. Incredible jump, nice athletic jump, well timed. Hit you in the hands. And you came up empty-handed.
6th play of this drive. Looking downfield. Looking downfield. Going long.
Fired over the middle, got hit as he threw. And Brett Favre has seen a lot of Dallas Cowboys tackling him in the backfield, either while he's letting the ball out of his hand or just after the ball is out of his hand. Could be a long game and a long season if this offensive line can't figure things out. The kick is up. It's a deep field goal, and that kick is good. 47-yard field goal by Akers. 8 plays, 45 yards, I believe is what it was. Here's the wild thing about old NFL stuff is when they just had the goalposts in front and they were like, you know what, this isn't a problem. No one would ever run into this.
He sends this one toward the end zone. Rhodes is heading up.
Grabbed it from the 3. He'll get up to the 20 and not get past the first man he meets. 6 first downs for the Cowboys, 2 for the Texans. Both of those coming on that last drive that went for 3 points. Carter leads the Cowboys back out onto the field. Probably feeling very good. We got a hot Cowboys offense here. 14 points in that first quarter.
to the left. And he stopped at the 26.
Carter with 6 consecutive completions here.
About 4 to go. Three linemen and 4 linebackers lined up defensively. McGee moves in motion.
Pitch out to the left side.
Good pursuit by the defense on that play.
The camera is like so on that when it's already angled heavily toward the offense, and then it gets more.
They need 7.
Pardon me. It gets more like almost just looking at them from the defense's perspective, and it throws my brain off so much. I'm like, compensate, reverse, angle, call correct direction.
Throws it out over to the left.
Straight drop back, and that's going to be an incompletion. The Cowboys are doing so well, the only way they could possibly lose this game is to beat themselves, and they start that process with a gross incomplete pass over to the left side. So, Dallas comes out for its first punt of the game. 3:34 remaining here in the second quarter. Brett Favre will lead the Texans out. We saw Brett Favre quite a bit on the Saints last season. Made it all the way to the Super Bowl, but fell short to the Raiders. Who will win this year's Super Bowl? We'll have to find out. We'll find out in like 20 weeks. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell if you'd like to see more of this series. Great field position, starting field position here for the Texans from the 42. Fires to the left, finds a middle linebacker right there. That is a Madden-ass, NCAA football-ass interception right there. Just the linebacker, drop it into coverage, making a great athletic play. Look at hurdling a receiver. And just like that, Carter back on the field with the Dallas Cowboys. On the offensive side, from the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, hand the ball off the right side. Gains about 3, so 2nd down and 7. 115 yards in 15 plays, 5 minutes off the clock for the Dallas Cowboys. Some abysmal stats that we didn't have time to read and we don't need to read for the Houston Texans. Brett Favre with 2 turnovers already. Throws it out to the right side. Runs right into his own lineman. The lineman did not get in front of the lineman didn't get in front of the running back to pick up a block. Instead, they kind of just ran into each other as they hustled toward the sideline. But yes, every Tuesday, right here, youtube.com/SeanSourceRex. Be sure to scroll down, subscribe. We'll find a Super Bowl champion. Let's see. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Coincidentally, we will find out the Super Bowl champion on September 20th, 2022. So stick around. And if you'd like to see another season of this, be sure to stick around. We'll be switching over to NFL Fever 2003 after this season. So 4th and 9 now after, I believe, a false start penalty. Shouldn't matter too much. 2-minute warning went off, by the way. Still a professional kicker. It's still good. So a 41-yard field goal. They went 1 yard in 4 plays. Cash in 3 after the interception by Brett Favre, or from Brett Favre.
Harris is back and ready to put this one in the air. He gets the kick away. The returner looking to make something happen.
Started about the 3-yard line. Moved toward the middle of the field, picked up a few yards past the 29 plays, 45 yards for the Texans.
Drill will give them the opportunity to put some points on the board before the half.
The Texans are in good position to try and tie this game. I know that's looking pretty far ahead. They have to go down, score a touchdown, either stop the Cowboys or not leave them any time on the clock, get the ball back after half. They'll get the first possession and then score on that possession, and they can make up this deficit about as quickly as you could want. Favre pump fakes, finds a receiver somehow. There were two Texans and 2 Cowboys all crunched together right there. Somehow they came away with a completion over to the left side. Great defensive play by number 37 of the Dallas Cowboys to bat that ball away.
He's getting paid a lot of money to make those catches. Hey, I'm sure they're going to keep on passing so they can get
both games have said you get a lot of money to complete that pass or make those catches. It must be a common sentiment from commentators. You get paid millions of dollars to catch a ball. What are you doing? Fires deep down the middle. That was incomplete. That was a dangerous throw.
That's the old rule. If you get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
3rd and long. Let's see what play they choose to keep this drive
So 3rd
going.
down and 10. Houston doing Dallas a favor and not really using a whole lot of clock because they're throwing incomplete passes. So Dallas is saving timeouts. Not that they would necessarily want to do that, but at least it's an option. Favre, deep down the middle of the field. He's going to find a completion, a receiver, I should say, and he's going to find a touchdown. That'll make this game a little more interesting. 17-9 with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go here in the first half.
The kick is up, and the extra point is good.
57-yard pass from Favre to Thrash. Cuts the lead down to 7. That's the first touchdown in Houston Texans history here in the Random Rosters series.
Akers is just about ready to kick this one away. He kicks it off.
Fielded deep in the end zone. A little surprised he didn't just take a knee. Came up about 2 yards short, excuse me, of the typical starting area. So not too
work toward picking up the lead in the second half. 1st and 10. Ball on their own.
Not too bad of a return, but could have saved himself a hit. Who knows?
Only 1 man in the backfield.
Carter hands it off, right side. Timeout, Dallas. Interesting decision there to run the ball to the right side, gain no yards, and then just make sure to call a timeout. Hey, we'd like to stop the clock after a terrible, terrible play call.
Going for a pick when they should just try and knock it down. One mistake can lead to a big play for the offense.
He's going to throw. Steps up into the pocket. Passes it. Great
Finds a
pass.
receiver on the right side. Get up past the 35. That'll be a 1st down and 10. Turns out they actually gave him 2 yards on that. That rush on 1st down.
Trying to move the ball downfield and increase their lead before halftime. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 37. He's going to throw.
53 seconds to go here. And the Houston defense is just getting cut through like a hot knife through butter. They are just playing pitch and catch out there. Probably should have used 2 analogies in one play there, but they have offered such little resistance throughout this entire game. The Dallas Cowboys have been their own worst enemy. They dropped a pass on a 3rd down. That's the stop that Houston got. Not really much of a sense of urgency from Dallas, which is a little surprising. They were so adamant about calling that timeout after the 2-yard rush to the right. You figure maybe they would be using their timeouts a little more aggressively here. They've been able to do They've been able to do so many things so well against this Texans defense. Just take advantage of that. Keep pushing down the field. Don't give them an opportunity to think that they can get back in this game. The extra blitzer from Houston forces an incomplete pass. Obviously, Carter wanted to throw it before he was ready. That's going to be a pass all the way down the right side. That is a catch. Way inside the 5, down to the 2, maybe the 1, depending on where they spot him. Dallas does waste some time there with the celebration before calling a timeout.
And so the kicker ready to come out onto the field and try to put one.
And they'll do the same thing that the Seahawks did, hit that 9-second mark and go for the field goal. Dawson, 45 of 55 in his career with 81% conversion rate, I guess. This will push the lead to 10. Similar situation that we had in
take a look at his success returning kicks. We get ready for the kickoff.
In Oakland with Seattle. Pushed it out to a 10-point lead right before halftime, but did give that lead up. Even trailed there for a little bit.
Harris will be kicking off.
We are watching teams play on all Madden difficulty. Houston, from their own goal line, going to run it up to the middle, through the middle of the field. He'll get past the 25, but a ton of time wasted there. That would have been a good opportunity to just take a knee, call it good. They'll get up to the 26-yard line. A pretty good run back. But Houston,
so they have 1st and 10 here.
Like Mr. Madden said, simple run, get to halftime. Going up the middle, finds a few yards. Oh no. Kevin Barlow, or Kevon Barlow, injures his ankle on the final play of the half. You probably wouldn't even run that in this day and age. You would just take a knee with your quarterback and call it good.
Here are the halftime stats as we get set for the second half kickoff.
Number 8 to kick off. Number 82 and number 80 deep to receive.
He sends this one toward the
The
end
2
zone.
turnovers by Houston, the difference in the game.
Is looking to pick up some
Dallas able to capitalize on both of those to the tune of a touchdown and a field goal. 10 points, a.k.a. the lead.
Anything new from the sideline?
Hi, Al. The Texans coach likes his team's chances here in the second half. He felt they'd only get better with passing the ball, and that will be the deciding factor if they can pull out the win, Al.
Thanks, Melissa.
They're only going to get better with the passing game. We installed the quarterback who's thrown probably the most interceptions in NFL history.
He's looking upfield. Nice spin move there.
Tried to get a spin move, but a nice tackle by, I would guess that would be Mobley on the defensive side. I don't know why they would highlight a different guy if he didn't just make the tackle, but you never know.
And 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Barlow looking for blockers.
Pitch out to the left side. Couldn't quite get past that first blocker. Light. I believe he had his hands on what should have been a pick earlier in this game, but could not come up with it.
Composure on that play. Takes good discipline to maintain your position and not over pursue.
It's 3rd down, and they have a long way to go. Ball on their own 27. Using motion. He's looking to pass. Pump faking.
Pump fakes. Finds a receiver off to the left side. Somehow slips a tackle. That should have been stopped well short of the first down. We'll get a replay here. Pump fakes and finds number 83. Light, who made a nice tackle on the previous play, does not make a tackle at all there. And allows the first down to be gained. So that'll keep this drive alive for the Houston Texans. was a good couple of defensive plays in a row for
Ball on their own
Dallas,
44.
but couldn't keep that momentum going to force a 3-and-out here to start
Nickelback in
the
this
second half.
Peterson records the stop at the
I don't know why the game is doing that. It's like weirdly slowed down a couple of times. Or too many players on the screen at once. Help! Help! Your friend PS2 needs help. Please, please. There's too many people.
About a yard to go. Ball on the 47-yard line.
So a 9-yard gain brings up a 2nd down and 1.
And it looks like an offset on. The Texans using motion. Barlow looking to turn it upfield.
Trying to get upfield. I don't know if he got it. We'll see what they do with the spot.
It's 1st and 10.
It actually worked out totally fine. 1st down and 10. Clock is moving here in the 3rd quarter.
4-man front this time.
If the Texans are going to take a long time to get this drive, or to get toward, to get downfield on this drive, they gotta capitalize with a touchdown.
43-yard line. And
A field goal isn't the worst scenario, but you'd like a long drive like this to be capped off with a touchdown.
about 8 yards. Ball on the 43-yard line.
Seemed like there was a bit of miscommunication there.
And that's a loss of 2.
Running back didn't look like running back didn't look like he was where Favre was anticipating him being. Man just power fisted that offensive lineman, trying to do a celebration. Just
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long 3rd down situation.
oh, high snap. Favre grabs it, throws it deep downfield into double coverage.
Wanted that pass down.
I'm not surprised. That was a tough pass.
That'll be 4th down for the Houston Texans. Looked like they were getting a little bit of goodness going there. And stalled out.
Number 3 will come
A couple of not great plays in a row right off the bat. You saw it looked like there was a little confusion where the running back was maybe supposed to be versus where it was. Seemed like the handoff wasn't quite as clean as it should have been. And then on the 3rd down play, the high snap got out of his hands very quickly, but threw into double coverage. A nice play by Dallas's defense. See if Houston can hold here. Play the field position game a little bit. They're going to bring an extra rusher. He fires it away anyway and finds a receiver down the left side of the field. This looked good. The pump fake and everything I thought was going to give the defender just enough time to get to him, but no such luck for the Houston Texans. And they give up a big play down the left sideline. As Dallas looking like a really good team here. The start of the season. They did start strong last time around, but lost their quarterback and fell short of making any sort of noise in the playoffs. And right as I say that, a pick. And we're getting a lot of this. I hope you enjoy this Matrix camera because we're getting a lot of it. That's how cool the Matrix was in 2003. It was awesome. 2002, actually, I should say.
1st and 10 here. Ball on the 46-yard line. 4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Barlow looking for room.
Maybe a yard off that right side.
You talk about a defensive line winning a battle, and this is what you mean. The running back gets
Dallas is taking advantage. I said it earlier. Cashed in both turnovers for points. Houston has to do the same.
Nickelback in this time.
Hands off the right side. Looking for a little bit of room and can't really find anything. So a couple of running plays here. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8. Maybe. Did not seem like he got anything going there. They're down in 7.
He's looking to pass. He's looking. He goes to the left side.
Fires over to the right side. It's off his fingertips, incomplete. That was a pretty good throw. It was right where really only the receiver had a shot at it. There were a couple of Cowboys trailing, but just off his fingertips.
Almost within their kicker's range.
And instead, we will see a punt here. So
We'll try to pin them inside.
Houston unable to capitalize on the turnover.
Rhodes
They've had a couple of plays around midfield and just haven't been able to do anything with them.
Drive ended with a pick, and the offense right now ready to call their first play on this drive. So we've reached
That'll be after this this quick break. End of the third quarter. Cowboys 20, Texans 10.
The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 20. Number 87 in motion, looking to pass, steps up into the pocket.
Fires over to the right side, finds a receiver, and he is free down that sideline. Number 42 is going to get the tackle inside the 35-yard line. Huge play. Harrison, is that Marvin Harrison?
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. On the run. And he stopped at the 31-yard line. So a gain of about 1. It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Three-man front this time.
Dallas in field goal range here.
Back, gets rid of it.
Firing over to that left side. Pushed in the back and he'll fall down short of the first down marker. 240 plus yards through the air.
3rd and 3.
Fairly even distribution, a couple of 70s, and the only other one was 100, so it wasn't that far off from where the other passes were going. Maybe using some clock here. Tons of room off the right side. Actually closed down pretty nicely there, but not before they were able to convert the first down. They'll be just about, or just outside of, excuse me, I don't know why I said about, just outside of the red zone.
Ball on the 21-yard line.
Oh, they're really starting to milk this clock. A lot of huts, a lot of hut. It's a nice grab off the top of his shoelaces. 3 consecutive completions for Carter. And he's looking pretty good here to start the season. Last time I said that, the Cowboys threw an interception.
3-man front this time.
Texans defense has provided a little more resistance, but not a ton more.
Looking to throw. Carter passes left.
Over to the left side, got tipped and incomplete.
94 swatted that pass down.
Nothing will frustrate a receiver more than knocking away his pass.
It's 3rd down, 2 to go. Ball on the 13-yard line. They'll go with the run.
Big run right up the middle.
Wraps him up and now has 4 tackles. He really covered some good
12
ground
rushes,
there.
40 yards for Rhodes. Not a ton on the ground today, but haven't really needed it. They've been dominating through the air the way the Cowboys have.
first down and goal to go. Ball is
2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Fires over the middle, tipped and batted away.
They've almost got this game won, but they still need to run it to make the defense use their timeouts.
So it's second and goal.
Pitch out to the left side. Oh, and what a nice defensive play there. Great defensive play. One of the few times I've actually said that about the Houston Texans defense. That'll set up a third down and goal here for Dallas. You saw the timeout taken by Houston. Trying to give themselves a chance. They really pushed them back here. From the 4, offset I. A penalty marker is going to be thrown. Oh my goodness, a delay of game. Wow. Dallas using those 6-shooters to shoot themselves in the foot here.
I'm guessing this should be a run. The defense can't be lollygagging around.
Third down and 9, or third and goal from the 9 rather.
Third down out and goal.
I didn't even realize the play clock is actually behind my my camera. I didn't realize that it had gotten so low. I wondered why it would have gotten to such a
He might have gotten a yard or two.
like immediate penalty. Like they like set up and there was a flag. I was like, that couldn't have possibly been an offsides or a false start. No one was really set on the line. I thought maybe like a 12-man huddle or something like that, but
To make a good kick here. And it's on its way. The kick sails through. It's good. As we take a look at his success returning kicks, we get ready for the kickoff. Harris is just about ready to kick this one away. He gets the kick away.
nice catch. Slap the arms and
Take over on offense.
be
At
right
the
about
21-yard
the
line.
regular starting field position after a kickoff, the 20-yard
Defense is
line.
trying to force a turnover, which would put an end to this game right now. First and 10. Ball on their own 21. Favre sets up. Looking to pass. He surveys the field.
Favre down the left side into double coverage, and that'll be knocked away and incomplete.
He's taking a big chance by throwing it into a crowd like that.
I doubt we'll see any blitzing from the defense from this point on. So it's second and 10. Ball on their own 21. Barlow is the deep back. They'll go with a pass. Pass is left.
There's a catch right at midfield. Hurdles a defender. Gets down to the 45-yard line. Favre with a nice throw down the field. We've been picking on number 24 a little bit. He's made a couple of nice plays here and there, but
Just about in field
he
goal.
has been beatable. Dropped an interception, missed a tackle.
Quick drop.
Run up and snap it quickly.
Surveys the field.
Fires to the left side again, and there's a great defensive play by the Dallas Cowboys. Looked like the receiver had it in his hands and just a rip through by the defender there to cause an incompletion. 1:17 to go here in the fourth quarter.
4 linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Dropping back. Gets rid of it.
Throws over to the left side, finds a completed pass, and he'll step out of bounds. So first and 10.
Holds on to the pass thrown over his head.
This receiver has great body control.
Kansas City had Peyton Manning as their quarterback last season and just missed the playoffs thanks to a loss in the final week of the season for them and a tie by the Buffalo Bills.
So they have first and
AFC
10.
really came down to it lot of teams fighting for a couple of spots.
Quarterback lines up with two
It
backs
was actually pretty interesting. Hopefully we have an exciting finish lined up for us here, not only in this game, but as the season winds down. But this time we know that the first 4 seeds will go to division winners, and then there will be 2 wild card teams from each based on record. So inside of a minute, Favre looks, surveys, fires over the middle. He's going to find the end zone for the touchdown. It is 23-16 now with 49 seconds to go. Houston should have 1 timeout left, maybe.
The kick is up. The point after is good. And with
23-17. 6 plays, 77 yards, 58 seconds off the clock. They can do it again if they really need to, but they got to get an onside kick recovered right here. Dallas scored 14 points on their first couple of possessions, 2 touchdowns in a row, and they have scored nothing but field goals since. It was an awful onside kick, and that'll do it for the Battle of Texas. Texas.
The defense has a timeout left, but it won't help them. Kneel downs can end the game, running out the clock. Now within their kicker's range.
Timeout Houston for no reason. Second down and 11.
Three-man front this time.
Here's another kneel down by Dallas.
Kneel down here should be the last play of the game. 3rd and long. Ball on the 37-yard line. With an extra DB, the defense is in the nickel.
That'll do it.
They should probably just punt here.
Dallas
It should be kicked out
picking
of
up their
bounds or
first
real
victory
high.
of the season. They downed the Texans in their inaugural game, 23-17.
23. Houston 17. A reminder to join us next week for another exciting NFL game. This has been a presentation of EA Sports. And this is Al Michaels for our entire crew saying good night.
Player of the game is Quincy Carter, 14-20 with a couple of touchdown passes. Football 101. So the Houston Texans made it interesting there towards the end, but they just couldn't take advantage of that turnover. Obviously even a field goal helps there, but they got a couple of touchdowns. Just a little bit too late, a little too steep of a hill to climb. Not enough time to do it. You know what? I think that we will go ahead and call it there with 3 games. So we'll deselect this one. And we will go ahead and simulate the week for the remainder of the games. And that'll do it here for week 1. Schedule will look like this. We'll just go ahead and we'll do 3 games throughout the regular season, unless there's like a 4th game that's really interesting. But the playoffs, those will be 4-game episodes. They will be the wild card round, the divisional round, and then Like last time, it'll be the championship games, AFC and NFC, and then the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl in that final episode. But yeah, those were 3 pretty good games. We're a little over 2.5 hours. I did talk for a few minutes at the beginning. There's a chance that this goes for like another hour, and I was like, you know what? I think 3 is good. Three's a good number. That's a typical Sunday of football right here on youtube.com/OnSourceRex on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday is when this posts. Let's get you caught up around the league. The 49ers blank the Giants 16-0. We saw this one pretty frequently throughout the games on the bottom. Washington knocks out Arizona. I was watching the football highlights. They were the St. Louis Cardinals in the 70s. I don't know why that threw me off. But Washington 23-17 over the Arizona. That's a similar score to one we'll see a little bit later. Falcons take out the Packers 21-9. Ravens winners by 10 over the Panthers 17-7. The Dolphins beat the Lions. The Dolphins beat the Lions 13-3. The Colts and the Jaguars a tight 2-point game, 16-14. The visitors win. Kansas City falls by 4 in Cleveland, 26-22. In overtime, the Bears take out the Vikings 23-17. That's the second time we've seen that score. The Jets and the Bills. The Bills win by 8, 24-16. The Eagles go into Tennessee and take care of the Titans, 17-13. Chargers beat the Bengals in overtime, 19-16. Saints, big losers to the Buccaneers, 19-6. So Tampa Bay starts out strong. This was a game that we watched today. Probably the best game of the 3 that we had. The Seahawks at the Raiders, a back and forth contest. 24-20, your final. Seattle moving to the NFC and starting out on the winning side of things. Rams took out the Broncos in kind of a snooze fest. We learned a lot about a quarterback in that one, but a 14-7 game really wasn't even that close. The Rams were the far superior team, and the Broncos only scored because of a muffed fair catch. Texans at the Cowboys. That'll give us our third 23-17 game. I believe I said that incorrectly. It was the Cowboys at the Texans. Doesn't matter. They were both in Texas. The Cowboys won by 6. Patriots. They're dismantling the Steelers 27-9. Looking ahead to week 2, Packers at Saints is the one that is selected for me. The game of the week is Bucks at Ravens. So we might see that. A couple of 1-0 teams going at it early on. Yeah, we have a lot of teams to cover, a lot of teams to take a look at. So might see some new teams next week. You got a couple of divisional games. Bengals, Browns, that's a divisional game. I think that might have actually just been it. Patriots, Jets, and obviously the game of the week. We might go ahead and do that. There you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I have a good time making it, and I hope, again, that you have a good time watching it. Those Bills uniforms are real bad. We'll be back next week with week number 2 here in the franchise. You know, we don't really need the standings at the moment, but we'll take a look at that as we continue on through this season every Tuesday right here. So please scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. Thank you again for watching. Go Sports, and we'll see you next week.